A German software developer, Stephen Thomas, lost 7,002 bitcoins, which is worth 3,400 crore rupees today. I mean, technically, he didn't lose his bitcoin, he just lost access to it because he forgot his wallet password. I mean, imagine losing access to a fortune of money just because you forgot a password. So, to prevent that from happening to you guys, you must watch the video till the very end. Hi you all, welcome back to the DCX Learn YouTube channel. I'm Ishita Khanna, a fashion and lifestyle YouTube creator with a keen interest in the NFT space as well as the crypto world. I have joined hands with DCX Learn to help spread knowledge about this space and help you guys kickstart your crypto journey. In this video, I will be talking about crypto wallets and sharing all the useful information that you would need to know about them. Now, a lot of people have enough knowledge about cryptocurrencies, where to buy it, sell, and trade them, but I've noticed that not a lot of people know how to handle their cryptocurrencies the right way, which wallet to store them in, and how to secure that wallet really well. Which is why we're making this video series on wallets to help you understand them better. So let's get started. In the real world, you'd probably store your physical money in the form of notes and coins in a physical wallet. But since cryptocurrencies are digital assets on the blockchain technology, you obviously need a digital wallet. Now, your NFTs or your cryptocurrencies remain on the blockchain, but the wallet holds your public key and the private key, which you need to access these NFTs or cryptocurrencies. Now, public key is more like an address where people can send you cryptocurrencies or NFTs, but a private key is like a tool that gives you access to your cryptocurrencies or NFTs by verifying that you are the right owner of that. Also, when you initiate a transaction, you need to digitally sign it to authorize that transaction, and again you need the private key here to do that. A Bitcoin private key looks something like this. It is a 256-bit number which is 64 characters long. Always remember that you can share your public key with others, but you cannot share your private key because that will give them access to all your cryptocurrencies. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is when you sign up for a wallet, you get something called a seed phrase, which is a mix of different words, and you must note it down and keep it very safely and secretly. In case you ever forget your password to the wallet, this seed phrase will help you recover your wallet. Think of wallets like drawers which hold the keys to the locker that has all your cryptocurrencies. Now, if you forget the password to your wallet, you lose access to your private keys that give you access to your cryptocurrencies. And if that ever happens, you will lose all the crypto that you hoarded with so much patience and dedication. By now, I really hope you've got an idea of what crypto wallets are and a few technical terms related to them. Now, let's talk about the different type of wallets that are there and how are they different from each other. Now, in the crypto ecosystem, there are various type of wallets, but in this video, we will be covering two broad categories based on the connectivity to the internet. They are hot wallets and cold wallets. Even these two categories have subcategories that we will be discussing in detail in this video. So hot wallets are wallets that are connected to the internet, which means you have access to them online. It could be on a website, it could be a crypto exchange or a phone application or an application on your laptop such as Coinbase wallet or a MetaMask wallet. Now these hot wallets are very convenient to use because you have access to them easily on your fingertips. However, they are vulnerable to attacks, and that's the con that they have. They may be vulnerable to hacking or phishing. In case you guys do want a tutorial on how to set up a hot wallet, let me know in the comments down below and I'll make a video on that. Now, talking about the subtypes of a hot wallet, there are two types. One is custodial and the other is non-custodial. Let's see what they are all about. The custodial wallet does not give you private key to your cryptocurrencies, and as the name suggests, you have to trust your custodian with your cryptocurrencies. An example of a custodian wallet would be a crypto exchange, where whenever you buy any cryptocurrency, it is stored in the wallet and you do not have the private keys for that wallet. In this case, the crypto exchange is your custodian and you have to trust them with your cryptocurrencies. Now, on the other hand, a non-custodial wallet is where you have access to the private key. These can either be a hot or a cold wallet, which we will cover later in the video. But the upside here is that you have all the access to your cryptocurrencies whenever you want it. You are the sole person responsible for it. But there's also a downside, is the immense responsibility of keeping these private keys safe, secure, and secretive. If you lose it, you lose access to your crypto. However, in a non-custodial wallet, since the crypto exchange is the one that holds your cryptocurrencies, if you forget the password to your crypto exchange account, you can easily reset it and get access back to your cryptocurrencies. Now, the second type of wallets are called cold wallets, and I'm sure you guys must have guessed that these are not connected to the internet. They are physical wallets like a pen drive or paper. Now, obviously, they are way more secure because if someone has to steal or hack them, they need to physically take it away from you. And they also have a password, so that adds an extra layer of security. However, they are a little bit inconvenient to use. Let's talk about the subcategories here. The first subtype is called hardware wallets, and they are literally made up of hardware devices and look something like this. They basically store your public and private keys. Now, they're extremely safe and secure, and if anyone were to hack into it, they would have to physically steal it from you and would also need to know the password to access your keys and your cryptocurrencies. And all of this could definitely be a tedious task for a hacker. Now, the second type is called paper wallet. The paper wallet is another form of cold wallet, which is in the form of a paper that consists your public and private keys as well as a QR code. And for any transactions to be performed, you will have to scan the paper. The idea here is that you have to keep this paper secured and safe to ensure that your cryptocurrencies are safe. It's literally like an old map we see in adventure, ancient movies where you have to follow a map to find your treasure. This paper is basically that map to your treasure, and whoever finds it, if you ever lose it, hits the jackpot and gets all your cryptocurrencies. Now that we've discussed so many wallets, I'm pretty sure you're confused about which is the right one for you. Now, if you're just starting off your journey, it's most likely that you will prefer a custodial wallet that is on a crypto exchange. But remember that whenever you decide to do that, make sure that you're using a trusted crypto exchange, because a lot of your hard-earned money is on the line. And when there is so much money on the line, CoinDCX understands the importance and ensures utmost safety of your cryptocurrencies by using various methods. Now, CoinDCX is insured by BitGo, and 95% of the cryptocurrencies are stored in cold wallets by using geographically distributed best hardware wallets, which makes it a safe custodian of your cryptocurrencies. Only 5% of these cryptos are stored in hot wallets. Also, no one person at CoinDCX has access to multiple wallets, and the cherry on top here is that each wallet is a multi-signature wallet, which basically means that to access any wallet, you need multiple signatures and multiple authorizations, adding to the security and the safety of your cryptocurrencies. All of this is obviously to avoid any single point of failure. So just to give you a little bit more clarity on which wallet would be suitable for you, if you are someone who indulges in daily trading, I would recommend going with a custodial exchange, that is a crypto exchange, because you would not have to go through the entire pain of transferring cryptocurrencies from your hardware wallet to the exchange on a daily basis. But if you do want to have the freedom to access your crypto whenever you want with the help of your private keys, then go ahead and get yourself a hardware wallet. On the other hand, if you are someone who just wants to invest a large sum of money and hodl, then it is advisable to get yourself a cold storage or a cold wallet where you can keep your funds safe and secure. Or else you can also have a combination of both hot and cold wallets. So that's all for today, guys. I hope this video was helpful and informative in your crypto journey and you got to learn a lot about crypto wallets. Quickly revisiting what we learned today. Number 1, what are crypto wallets? Number 2, what are hot wallets and their subtypes? Number 3, what are cold wallets and their subtypes? And number 4, which wallet would be the best for you to store your cryptocurrencies and NFTs based on different approaches. This is just the beginning of the crypto revolution that we hope to bring to this country and the world at large. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe and comment button, and follow DCX Learn YouTube channel to learn a lot more about the crypto space and the crypto world. And in case you guys want to check out my NFT, the link will be in the description box as well. You can also follow DCX Learn and me through our social media links. All details will be in the description box. Now I'm going to see you guys in the next video.